All right, here we go. I was trying to focus, but I guess I hit record. Okay, so this is what's happening. We got a swimming pool. We already did that whole distance thing where we swam from one corner to the other side. You know, and we knew that every corner goes across the hypotenuse of, the corners go all across the hypotenuse, and then they hit the height of the other triangle, right? Yay, fun. So with this one, we get into more of a realistic kind of thing where we have volume. Your volume, though, it doesn't fill up the whole pool. We left 1 foot out. So since our pool is 6 feet, the height of the water is only 5, right? So what we're trying to figure out is our area of our base times the height. And I kind of just made up an area or a cubic foot of 600. I mean, that's basically would be like, I don't know, well, the area of my base would basically be 600 divided by 5. So, what is that? 120? So, about like 120 square feet was my base. Does that make sense? So, anywho, however I ended up getting that, I was kind of just going with the numbers. What you need to know is you take your cubic feet and you've got to decide which one of these are we going to use. Now, there is 7.481 gallons per cubic feet, okay? Or there is 0.134 gallons, cubic feet per gallon. Now what we want to end up with, right, is we want to end up with gallons, right? We want to know how many gallons we have, so that when we deal with this problem, right, this is pumping out gallons per hour, we'll get rid of the gallons and we'll get our hours. Does that make sense? So which one of these is going to get rid of our cubic feet but leave us gallons? Now think. This is an art. It's not a trick question. Which one of these, if I multiply 600 cubic feet over 1, right? Or if I multiply 600 cubic feet over 1, which one will the cubic feet cancel out with? Top or bottom? Is this going to cancel out with that one? Or is cubic feet going to cancel out with gallons? Which ones are the same? One of these kids is doing his own thing. Come on, can you tell which one? Come on, guys. It's not a trick question. Which one is the same on the top and the bottom? This one or this one? You could take a 50-50 guess, flip a coin. Top or bottom? Top one. Come on, people. This is crazy talk right here. This doesn't cancel out. Gallons don't cancel out with cubic feet. They're not the same, right? The same would be cubic feet and cubic feet. So when I multiply these two, right, it's going to leave gallons. So then I just take my trusty dusty calculator and I say trusty dusty calculator, compute 600, or you could actually say computer. What is 600 times 7.481? But I don't have an Alexa in here, so I didn't change Alexa's name. I changed it at home, though. I'm fooling with them. They're all like trying to turn on Alexa and then change her name to computer. I was like, yeah, what's up? You guys can't talk to her no more, can you? So, 7.481 times 600 is 6,007.481. So 6,007.481. That's how many gallons I have. 6,000 gallons, right? Now, this pump pumps out 1,700 gallons per hour. Now, how am I going to get rid of gallons? I have to have gallons on the bottom, right? I can't have gallons on the top because then that'll be gallons squared, right? So one of these I got to flip. I don't care which one. But one of these I have to say, oh, then that'll be times 1 over, right? Or I could flip this one. It really doesn't matter. So which one do you want to flip? Alright, since this one's already here, let's flip this one and go, this is going to be 1 hour per 1,700 gallons. Now what happens is I'm going to divide this by this. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. And the gallons are going to go away. Okay, it's really important to write this down so you know your units. Okay? So, divided by, since that number was already in my calculator, it's just easier. Divided by 1,700 Powie. Takes 3 hours. Now check it. Check it, 1, 2. Check it, 1, 2. I'm about to use you. Alright, ready? So, we got 3.5. 338 1 2 3 5 3. Why am I writing all these numbers? I got no money for you, so stop calling me. I'm done with it. Alright, so why am I putting all of these numbers out here? Because it's 3 hours, right? And 0.5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? 0.533812353 minutes. So what I'm going to do, how many minutes is in an hour?
60.
That's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 0.5381235 and I'm going to multiply that by what? 60 minutes, right? Because that's how many hours I have, right? How many hours I have. Okay? And this is how many 60 minutes per what? Per hour. right? So by multiplying this, that's how many hours I have, right? I'm going to cross out the hours and I'm going to get minutes. Does that make sense? Okay, so I do it. Well, right now it says 3.5. So what can I do? What if I just subtract 3? Bam! Well, wow, that was smart, huh? So you just take away the number of hours you got, right? And then you still have what you need to do to compute, right? So I take that number and I multiply it by 60, right? And it should come up how many? How many do you think? About. 0.5 should be how many of 60? Think 0.5 is a half, right? What's half of 60? 30. So I should be somewhere around 30, right? Okay. Wow! Holy cats. Look at that. I am at 32.028741118. Now, that means I have 32 minutes. Is that right? That's what that means, right? Now, that is minutes per what? Well, that's just how many minutes I have. Now, if I take away the 32 and put it up here, what could I multiply it by to get seconds? How many seconds in a minute? Isn't there 60 seconds in 1 minute? Right? So now I can take that decimal, so I'll have to subtract the 32, but then I can take that decimal and multiply. Now that's 0.02. 0.02. That's pretty small, right? How many minutes or seconds do you think I'm going to get with 0.02 out of 60? This is a wild guess. How about not very much? Does that make sense? Because you're talking about 2/100ths of a second, or 2/10ths of a second, or 2/10ths of a minute. What would 2/10ths of a minute be? How many tens go into a minute? 6, right? So 2/10ths of a minute would be about 12. So maybe 12 seconds. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So let's multiply it and find out. Times 60 equals only 1 second. But that still seems right. I mean, it's small. Small. Actually, 1.7 seconds. And because this is in seconds, I'm going to round off and go 2 seconds. And that, my friends, is the answer to that problem. Okay? And you're going to have to choose. Do you want to use 1700? Or do you want to use the 3,300 gallons per hour? You can choose either one. This is how you would do it for that one. Is my clock still rolling?
Yeah.
I know.